Hey, and welcome to Daddy Mojo. It's the podcast where we'll talk about parenting, all-age comic books, toys, and more. Now, here's your host, Trey Burley.
The other day on the YouTube channel, somebody left a comment on a video that I wasn't too fond of a book of because it was the first one in a series and it just didn't capture my attention, yet it was obviously the first one in a series. And I call this the Field of Dreams syndrome, where they try so hard to build a series that the first one sometimes stumbles and doesn't capture people's attention as well as it could or should. This book, though, did not fall into that one. Once Upon Another Time, Happily Ever After. Some people are calling this book Once Upon Another Time 3. It is from James Riley, and this is the third and final one in this particular series. And what's so special about this is that I had forgotten a lot what happened in the second book. It was a great book, and I remember it, but I forgot a lot about it. Just because I teach during the year, and my mind is like a sieve. I forget things. It's what happens when you get older, kids. So take those vitamins when you're younger. That's the good thing, because this third book, Happily Ever After, it does a great job of encapsulating what happened in the second and the first book. So if you've read the first and second book and you really remember it because you've got a young brain, you're going to be kicking with gas. Even if you didn't, this book stands on its own. Having said that, read the first two, because after I read this third one, Happily Ever After, I was reminded of how much fun number 1 and number 2 were in the series, and I said, number 3 was pretty good too. It stuck the landing. And very few books and trilogies, in my estimation and in my experience, very few of them stick the landing to where it's still energetic and it feels like it's got some gas in the tank. This is a great book series. It really is. And you're going to be so thrilled if you have read the series. If you haven't, you can read this third book in the series, in the Once Upon Another Time series, and love it. Basically, it throws the world of fairy tale characters, it throws them in a blender, mixes them up just a little bit, to where everybody's familiar and different, and it's all very fresh. It's really quite lovely. It's going to be great for those kids in grades 5th grade and up. And this is what's cool, is that you middle school kids who don't like to read, especially you don't like to read fairy tales because you're too old, you're too hip, you're into your TikToks and your Ziggy Zaggies, this is still very fresh. It's got fairy tale characters in it, but it's still very fresh, irreverent, and fun. I promise you it is. It's Once Upon Another Time, Book 3, Happily Ever After. Great for grades 5 and up.
Thanks for listening to Daddy Mojo. Be sure to tune in next time. For more information on any of the things we talked about today, just check out the website, daddymojo.net, or hit us up at Daddy Mojo on social media.